relationships matter because people buy people, and that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.
Joining us now, we have Rob Taub. He's a Newsmax opinion columnist, and Gene Valentino. He's a GOP political strategist. Good morning, gents.
Good to be here.
Good morning.
So I'm going to start with you, Gene. Haven't seen you in a while. What's your reaction to Chuck Schumer and the Democrats?
I'm sorry. Good morning. My reaction is it's about time they get back to work. This is a constitutional showdown between Donald Trump and Congress over who decides when America goes to war. And Congress has been AWOL. They can't take care of the SAVE Act and a few budget reconciliation issues. I don't know why we would yield to Congress's ineptitude. I know one thing, the Donald Trump administration is working hard and 24/7 on these issues to protect America. Congress is worrying about how long they can stay on vacation and get reelected.
Yeah, it's such a great point. Why should we yield authority, or why should the president yield authority to Congress when they can't even decide on basic funding developments and propositions? I mean, Rob, this is exactly what the president's argument has been, yet we're hearing even from Congress that they want to strip the president of his powers and also prosecute him on war crimes, potentially, throwing that out there as well.
It's terrible because we're fighting a war. We're fighting two wars. We're fighting a war at home against Donald Trump, the Democrats, and the legacy media with almost anything he says or does. He wants to cut government spending. They will spin that and find fault with that. So they're going to give money to Ukraine with ease, as much as Ukraine wants, and let the spigots flow, not even knowing where that money's going. But we have a terrorist sponsoring country like Iran that wants to kill us and wakes up every morning and says death to America. And they're calling Trump a warmonger and accusing him of war crimes and screaming genocide. It's really madness.
Interesting. Well, it's not just the Democrats. Even South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham announced he's a little bit uncomfortable over the ceasefire deal. Graham writing on X, quote, "We must remember that the Strait of Hormuz was attacked by Iran after the start of the war, destroying freedom of navigation. Going forward, it is imperative Iran is not rewarded for the hostile act against the world." The senator adding, enriched uranium needs to be removed from Iran and that Congress should vote on any proposal. Now, Gene, does any agreement to end hostilities need congressional approval?
I think in times of war, there is an immediacy factor that plays a key role. The answer is the War Powers Act is in place if the Congress can get together and convene and then get behind a unified front with the president. But if they are not able to act, it doesn't, I mean, they don't even have the votes right now anyway. But if they did, they'd have to be convening to do so. And these quasi meetings they're putting together on the fly tells me that the members of Congress don't have a clear view, a total view of the dynamics of intelligence and timely information coming across Donald Trump's table that must be acted on within a matter of minutes. No, I don't think they have the votes to get it. And I think there is a place in time when Congress needs to step up and get behind the a war act one way or another. But I don't think they've been responsible enough to show that they're able to do so at this time.
Yeah, Gene, to your point earlier about Congress being on vacation, my initial thought was to Lindsey Graham. He was spotted by TMZ in Disney World. I don't really know what he was doing there during the DHS shutdown. But here now, I guess he's back with extra vigor, claiming that he needs to have final approval just based on his vacation. So it really is something rich here that he thinks he should be the final authority. But Rob, we haven't seen much with respect to the Democrats. They never blinked an eye when Barack Obama sent billions of dollars to Iran with the hostage negotiations there. And now they are suddenly paying particular attention to how much money we're sending on this mission, which actually would make the world a more peaceful, safer place. It just, again, shows that the Democrats, with respect to funding, they don't realize that Barack Obama essentially dragged us into the situation we're in right now.
No, they seem to have forgotten history. And we're talking about a very complex situation here, as our colleague John and Devi just explained. So the wave of the hand going, let's just end this or dismiss this or stop this, is foolish. And again, they're behaving so ideologically and driven by their hatred for Donald Trump. That's the thing that infuriates me the most here. Let's look at what's best for the world, what's best for America, what's best for peace, not if we can get rid of Donald Trump. That always seems to be the driving point for the Democrats and the legacy media. Maybe this will be how we can exercise the 25th Amendment, again, which is absurd, and to impeach him for the umpteenth time.
Interesting. Well, shifting gears a little bit, there appears to be some conflicting views about whether former Attorney General Pam Bondi will appear to testify under a subpoena next week. Well, some committee members want her to testify still, while others think her appearance was based on her job as AG, so it no longer applies. What's your view on this, Gene?
I like Pam Bondi. I've met her. I know her from here in Florida. But I'm disappointed with her performance as Attorney General. I'm not suggest we seek a vendetta when Trump got back into office, but no prosecution has occurred. They had a revolving door under the Biden administration of prosecutors and judicial folks going in and out getting their marching order from Biden, and yet we can't get one event prosecuted since Donald Trump was reelected. There's a disconnect there, and we need to move on it quickly before Trump's term runs out.
And on top of it all, she said on day one that she had the Jeffrey Epstein list on her desk. Yeah. So the American people want to know who's on the list and when will the prosecutions continue?
Yeah, and Rob, to that point, too, there were so many missed opportunities, the Letitia James case. I mean, these were layup cases. All the facts were out there. They had all the evidence, and yet here we are, no prosecutions. Do you believe that she should be testifying on Capitol Hill, though, despite all this?
I mean, I'm not an attorney, although I've played one on television a couple of times, but
you
I
make
agree
a good
with
one.
Jean. She had evidence. It was clear. I looked at it. She had slam dunks, layups against Letitia James, even against Alvin Bragg. Why was nothing done? There was a lot of posturing on her part and no follow through whatsoever.
Yeah.
So much for the saying, you can indict a ham sandwich, but apparently you can't indict Democrats. We'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much, Rob and Gene. We appreciate your commentary.
Great to have you.
Thank you. Relationships matter because people buy people, and that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.